Okay, so here's the chicks that hatched last Monday, the May 22nd. So it's Wednesday the 31st. They're about a week and a half old. And we moved their coop down into this little grassy area where we can kind of pasture them. This morning I came down and Mayapple, the black Australorp hen that's been brooding this clutch, was kind of pacing back and forth at the entrance of the run of this really small coop. And I took that as a sign that she was ready to come out into this bigger fenced-in pasture area and to bring the chicks out too. So you can see she's really attending to all of them. She's right now trying to show them that they can eat that worm that she pulled out of the grass there. The funny thing is that our other 3 hens, while they're not fully broody, have been trying to show Will and me how to eat bugs by picking them up and dropping them just as Mayapple's doing and making those kinds of cueing noises to kind of get the chicks excited about eating that kind of food. So she's really been teaching them all kinds of things. She taught them how to go up and down the ramp inside of their run there by sort of pecking at the ramp as if there were food there, and the chicks would follow where she was pecking and climb up and down. She's showing them scratching, foraging, she's showing them how to eat the grass seed. She's dust bathed with them, although they don't really seem all that interested in the dust bathing aspect yet. And so we had this whole pasture area protected with what's actually shade cloth. It's a 40% shade cloth. So that's kind of doubling as some shade protection to keep them from overheating, as well as giving them protection from any airborne predators. And then we've got this fencing all the way around. I think it's called rabbit fencing. It's 5-foot fencing we cut in half, so it's 2.5 feet tall. It's driven down a couple inches, you can probably see there, into the ground where we cut it apart. And then we've added some hardware cloth and chicken wire around the very bottom because, as you can see, these little peepers would pass right through that rabbit fencing pretty easily. So that's keeping them all contained. And then I'll just back up a little bit so that you can see we can kind of adjust that fencing all around the brooding coop in different directions to kind of pasture them around this little area of the yard. So they'll have consistent access to fresh grass and grass seed, areas to scratch around in. As they deplete this area, we'll just adjust the fencing around. So that's all the news from the brooder coop. Everybody seems to be doing really well. Good birds.